Alright guys, I wanted to do a video to help all the newcomers that are unfamiliar with Discord on how to use the Discord channel. I know it could be a little bit overwhelming when you don't understand the platform and you have all of these different sub-channels and comment areas and areas where you cannot leave comment. So I want to do a quick rundown on how to use my Discord channel. On the left-hand side pane, you basically have the Bleeding Crypto team. So that's my server. That's the name of my Discord group. And below that, you have different rooms that also serve a different purpose. So for instance, the announcements is one of the areas that I make most of my announcements between trading calls and just announcements to the team for general things like let's do a live chat. I'm going to upload some videos now and things of that nature that I want to grab everybody's attention. And the next one is basically called live stream because it's a place where we put all of the community chats that we have. I normally try to do one to two chats per day. Live chats where the entire group participates and is able to ask me questions live and I'm able to answer them on the spot without having to type everything. We record those as we're having those chats, and then the bot automatically starts to upload those in here. So the moment we finish a chat, it needs to process and render, and then shortly after that, once we're done, it automatically uploads it into this room here. You're not able to leave any comments in this room except for myself and the admin and my partner, Mr. Mo. So this is reserved just for us. This way it doesn't get cluttered with comments, and we reserve all the comments to two different sections, the general and the lobby. And I'll touch on what those are in a minute. So this is where you would come in and you can see by the date when these were recorded and when we had them. The sandbox one is basically one that, you know what, I'm not quite sure what this one is just yet. I think this is something that it's a test channel. Yes, a test channel that Mr. Mo and I are using to try other different bots to just make the community a little bit better. We've been adding features as this community has grown, and we're trying to make it a really informative. We want to make sure that everything runs really smoothly and everything is as automated as possible. So you'll see different sub channels being added in the near future for different functions. So the main channel is going to be your general channel. It's under Lounge. The general channel is basically for all TA related conversations. So the entire team is inside of here commenting on anything from setups to charts, anything related to crypto. And the next channel is going to be Lobby. So this is reserved for people who want to just talk to each other, get to know each other, find out where they're from, things that they might be doing if you're on vacation, and just for general chit chat. We ask you to please reserve those conversations for this lobby here, for this sub channel called Lobby, so that it doesn't clutter up the general chat, and it makes it much easier for people who are trying to research some TA or some questions regarding TA, or they can easily find that without having to have all their personal stuff and just regular conversations in that area. So we reserve the lobby for just general conversation. Then we have one here where it's called News. This is a bot that scours the internet for anything crypto related news and automatically puts it in here. And the reason we do this is to make it as easy as possible for you guys to go to one place and get all the information you need. So rather than you having to go to different websites to try to find different news crypto related, we have everything here that is picked up by the bot to help you guys stay up to date with news regarding crypto. This next one here is called Price Check. So the way this works is if you want to quickly find the price of something, all you do here is you put an exclamation point, you put P, and then you can put something like BTC and then enter, and that's going to give you the price check for that coin that you just entered. So it's exclamation P P for Paul, space, and then whatever ticker you're looking for. You're looking for NEO. This will pop up and it'll give you the price of NEO and it's the USD value and then the Bitcoin value. What it's done in the past hour, it's up 44%. In the past 24 hours is down 2.3% and so forth. So any ticker you want, you can go ahead and just enter that in here for a very quick way to find the price of something without having to go to a chart or without having to go to CoinMarketCap and look that up. It just makes things much easier for you guys to find that information. Here it's called Signals. This is a bot that basically looks at CoinMarketCap, and this is not trading signals. So this is not the signals where I would put where I'm going to be entering to trades. This is more signaling shifts in the momentum of certain coins in the market when they have very high fluctuations in price or when they're going down in price. It kind of gives you that information. And this is a little bit more for the advanced trader, so you don't have to worry about this here too much. It kind of just gives you a general sense of what the market cap is, what's going on in the circulating volume, in the price of that coin. But this is not something that we're using as a signal for trading, just so you guys are clear on that. Now the updates sub-channel, here is one that's very important. You're going to have most of the really permanent information, pertinent information to the video updates, the BTC updates, the alt updates, and my trades and the heat maps. So let's start with BTC trades. This channel here, you will click on it and it's going to give you, when I do video updates on Bitcoin, I generally put them in here. I try to separate the ones Bitcoin and alt updates in separate videos, but sometimes there's not enough really information or it's going to be a shorter video, so I try to include everything in one. Sometimes I run out of time, so I'm going to try to save some time by putting everything in one. So definitely always look at the BTC updates. For instance, here I did one this morning. I included BTC obviously, but I also included Ethereum, NEO, TRX, ONT, LTC, and XLM, and I talked about the Tensor heat maps as well. So all of this information is in this video here. You basically just click on here and it'll open up a window and you can go ahead and pause it and browse and listen to it at your own pace. Alt updates, basically the same thing, but it usually is just concentrated to the alts, not BTC, when I do separate those videos. The heat maps is a tool that we use here that you will familiarize yourself as you become a little bit more active in the community, and we will talk about this more and more. You can go to tensorcharts.com, this website up here, and you can view the heat maps so you can see what we're talking about when we mention them in the live chats or in our video streams. You'll be able to understand what we're talking about. This basically measures the fluctuation in price, and it shows where the walls are, where the major sell walls and the support walls, the buy walls are at, to help us sometimes make decisions on whether BTC is going to come down, or if it comes down, where it's going to find support based on the exchange that we look at. Now, BC trades are going to be my trades. So when I go into a trade, what I like to do is that I will post it here once my order is filled, and I also post the screenshot of what I buy, and when I sell, I post it on here. And the reason I do this is because I don't want to be associated with a pump and dump group. For those who are unfamiliar what a pump and dump group is, usually a pump and dump group will be someone who accumulates a lot of users. Like we have here, we have 500 users. He will then buy a coin when it's really cheap. He'll wait till it rides up to a certain point, and then he announces it to his group to buy. As the group is buying it, he then sells it and basically dumps it on his group over and over again, and that's how he makes his money. So what I do is I like having full transparency, and I will put over here, I'll show you one that's been closed. So I will post it. These are all buys. So I will post when a trade is closed. Like for instance, this one, ADA, I traded it in 9 hours. So what I do is that I post the buy. So here it shows the date and the stamp, the timestamp, the price that I bought it, the amount of coins that I bought, the dollar amount. So this one here was $25,000 worth of ADA. But then I also post when I sold it, so that there is no discrepancy as far as that I dumped it onto my members. It shows you when I get out of it. It shows you again the exact amount of coins. This number is going to vary a little bit because of the fees that Binance or Bittrex or whatever exchange I use is going to take their fee, and they take it out of the coins. So you'll have a few coins difference, but for the most part, you'll be able to see a very close number to what I bought minus the fee. And then it shows my profit on what I made on that particular coin, and it has everything as full disclosure so that no one can accuse me of dumping onto the group. And typically the way I do the trades is I will go into a trade first. Once my order gets filled, I will announce it right away. And again, you can look at the timestamp on when I announce it to when I bought it. So usually it's within a couple of minutes or within a minute of me buying it. I go ahead and announce it unless I'm entering other trades that I'm working at the time. So a few minutes will have to pass by, but it's going to be very close to the time that I buy it. And I do the same thing when I sell it. So no one can say that I dumped it on them. What I do is that I will put my sell order. Once my sell order is executed, then I will let the group know if they would like to continue into the trade. They more than welcome can. They can go ahead and stay in the trade if they feel like it's going to go higher, or they can go ahead and sell it since I sold it as well. And we trade high liquidity coins for the same reason, for a couple of reasons actually. My main reason is that high liquidity coins are going to allow us to get in and out of trades much quicker, and we don't have to hold on to trades for long periods of time. And also high liquidity coins like NEO and ONT and TRX, those you cannot pump and dump. They're too high. They're worth billions of dollars. The market, the 24-hour moving volume usually is about 50 million to 100 million within the 24 hours. So me putting $25,000, $50,000 on a coin is not going to cause it to pump, and there's no way I can dump it on them because there's just I don't have that much of liquidity to have that much influence on the market. So it works to both of our advantage using those high liquidity coins opposed to some shit coin like say HOT or OCN that has very low 24-hour trading supply. I can easily manipulate the market with the capital that I have and dump it on people if that was my objective. So that's why we trade high liquidity coins, and all my calls are on here as well. So the next sub channel, which is called request. So here you would put your request in what coin you want me to look at. So the way we ask you to format it is you put the ticker. So you put XVG / what is it paired to? Do you have it paired to BTC? Do you have it paired to Ethereum? Do you have it paired to USDT? So you put the pair after the slash, and then the last thing, you put the exchange that you want me to look at. So for instance, this one here is XVG, BTC, Binance. This one here is TEL, BTC, KuCoin. Keep one thing in mind, guys. I do not trade or advocate you guys trade shitcoins. So anything that's going to be less than $100 million market cap, or that only has a few $1 million in 24-hour circulating supply, I won't even want to waste my time charting it, because those are Twitter coins. So things like this are Twitter coins that I do not advise you guys to purchase. Those are coins that OGs buy at ICOs and want to dump it on you guys, and I'm trying to change that mentality, and that's what my objective in this room is, to make you guys professional traders. Professional traders don't buy shit coins, and they don't buy the hypes. So you will never hear me buy a shit coin, or I won't even chart a shit coin for you guys. So if you ask, you can leave it there, but I will not answer you and I will not post it. So the ones that I do post will be right underneath it, where it's called chart updates. So here I will go ahead and post a chart that you guys requested. I'll make a brief comment, or I'll put the comment inside of the post sometimes. So, and I will tell you if there's comments in the post, and you guys can go ahead and read those at your own leisure. Here, the library portion of the sub channel is going to have how-to videos. So you have a couple of if you have a few how-to videos, one of the ones that's the most important one is going to be the Coinigy introduction. But actually both of these two here. So what I like to do is I would like for you guys to use this software, Coinigy software or TradingView, they're very similar, so that you guys can keep up with the conversation that the group has, and also you can keep up with my videos by using the same software program that I use, which is Coinigy, and also using the same indicators that I use. Since I'm here to teach you how to trade professionally, what I would want you to do is that I want you to mimic my settings as far as all the EMAs that I use, the time frames of the EMAs, the RSI, the MACD indicator, so that when I'm teaching you guys what to look for, how to look for setups, how to look for exits, you're able to follow along much easier, because your settings will match my settings, and this way you can go ahead and learn my system. And then once you learn my system and you're comfortable with my system, then I encourage you guys to find your own style. You're more than welcome to stay with my style, but everyone has their own style and everyone sees the market differently, and they might have indicators that they are used to or would like to use, and I do encourage that. Just make sure you find indicators that make it very easy for you to read the market quickly, and they're not too overwhelming and that you don't understand, because then it's going to take much longer for you to find setups or get out of trades when you're in them. So definitely look into getting Coinigy. There is a free trial, a 30-day free trial, and then you can go ahead and pay the $20 a month if you choose to go that route, or you can pay a year in advance to get, I think it's a little bit cheaper rate. But that's where the how-to videos are, or where they're located. And there is one here that I grabbed off the internet. It's a YouTube video. We talk a lot about stop losses. So this video explains how to use a stop loss versus a stop limit on Binance. This is an exchange that we use a lot for our trading here, because of the USDT pairing, and also because of the high liquidity that Binance has and the security that Binance has. So I do encourage you guys, so if you guys are unfamiliar with stop limits and stop losses, it's one of my number one questions in trading. You need to watch this video before you go enter into any trade, and you need to understand how this works before you take on any trades with the group. So this is very, very important. The next one is going to be the suggestion box. If there's something that you think that we are lacking, or you think that we need to work on, or that you would like to see us implement in our Discord channel, please leave the suggestion in here. Me and Mr. Mo, we will take a look at it, and we will try to accommodate you as much as possible so that can benefit the entire group. And this one here obviously is the rules. These are some of the rules that we have for everyone in the community to make this community a great community. We ask you guys to please read these rules and follow these rules so that we all can have just a great experience when we're here in my Discord channel. And one of the things that I want you to take a look at is this one here. This is going to be something you're going to be using every single day, and hopefully you can catch the the live voice channels, chat that we have. So you would see this turn green when I go into a voice chat, and you'll see this room get filled up very, very quickly. One thing I would like you to do is, I would like you, when you join, is make sure you have this mic muted. Do not leave it unmuted, because what happens is we wind up hearing a lot of background noise if people are talking in the space that you're in. If you're going to the bathroom, if you're doing whatever you're doing, we are going to hear it, guys. So make sure you keep your mic on mute until you're ready to speak. Then you click it and you unmute it. You can go ahead and ask your question, and I usually will accommodate everyone's question. I have make time for everyone's question. And also, if you're unable to talk at the time that we're doing the voice chat, you can also leave your question here in the general chat room. I am looking at this general chat box while I am doing the live voice channel to see if anybody has any questions regarding any subject that has to do with TA or the market or crypto, and you can just leave it in here, and I will be looking at the general box in the event that you are not able to participate, but you are able to hear the chat, but you're just unable to speak for whatever reason. You might be at work, or the baby might be sleeping. Whatever the reason may be, you have the ability to still participate by leaving your question here in the general box. That's pretty much it for now, guys. There actually, you know what? There is this box here. There's a couple of things. Each one of these lobbies is going to have a pinned message. So for instance, the general chat room, if you want to look for what a pinned message is, you click on this here and it's going to show you messages that I have pinned. They usually have to do with some sort of announcement or something that I need you guys to make sure that you understand and that you're fully aware of. So really important things I will put here as a pin so that everybody can reference them quickly. I believe different rooms are going to have different pins. So let me look here. If there's nothing in red, that means there's no pin. So if you enter a sub channel and there's a red dot on the pin, that means there's an announcement there. I think right now the only one is going to be general. So just keep that in mind. If you ever just browse through those when you first get into the general chat room to see if there's anything important that you need to understand or that you missed. Another thing here is the search box. If you need to search for someone in particular, you can go ahead and just put @ and then whatever their ticker name is, and it will pull up whatever conversation that they might have been involved with, and you can easily browse their history, as well as looking at this here. If you click on here, that means that whoever @ you, so whoever put @ Bleeding Crypto, I'm going to click on here and it's going to show up. So every single one of these boxes is, for instance, this one, Matt1234, he put @ Bleeding Crypto. So this is going to show up on this box and he had a question for me. So if I want to answer him, all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit jump, and this is automatically going to jump to the conversation, to the point of the conversation that he was having and where he asked me a question. So on this particular one was today at 11:46 a.m. He asked me this question. So what I will do is I will go in here into the general box and I will put @ and then MA, and then I will look for his name, Matt1234, and then I will continue to answer him here in this box. I hit enter, and that will go ahead and answer his questions that he had asked me prior. So if you guys want to ask me something, you guys are more than welcome to do so, but I do encourage you ask the community first, please. We have a really good community here, and we have a very helpful community, and they're more than happy to help you answer questions that most of the community might know. So definitely pose a question to the community. If they don't know or they're not giving you the answer that you were expecting or you needed to hear, then you can go ahead and send me one directly. But I do encourage you to give the community a chance first, because as you can imagine, I get with 500 members, I get an overload of messages directly sent to me that are easily answered by the community. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. Anything else that I did not cover, just go ahead and send me a DM or ask the community if you're unsure of something. Like I said before, they will be more than happy to answer the questions, and most of the community is pretty good about helping other members, especially new members, since we all know that they were there not too long ago. One more thing, guys. When you guys leave me kudos and you say thank you, or you guys say a comment, you'll see me do this a lot just because I don't have the time to answer each individual person. So rather than say thank you, I'll say something like, I'll click on this little emoji and I will hit it, and that will pop up here. And if you want to know who gave you a thumbs up, for instance, all you have to do is just put your cursor over here, and right there it tells you that Mr. Mo reacted with a thumbs up. So if you want to know that if I gave you the thumbs up or I gave you 100%, just put your mouse over there. You don't have to click it. It'll just tell you who gave you that reaction. And a lot of the times I will respond to you with instead of saying you're welcome and having to type that out, I will put an okay or thumbs up or 100%, showing my gratitude and acknowledging that I was able to read your comment. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. Just trying to make it as short as possible. I just want to make sure you guys are familiar, and please enjoy yourselves. I'm very happy you're here, and we are here to make some money. So definitely I want everybody to be eager and ready to make money. But most important, I want you guys to understand TA first before you take on trades. Please know how to put stop losses and understand the basics of TA before you go into any trades. We don't want you to risk losing any money. And I always encourage you to paper trade first, then start with $20 and then move up from there as your comfort level increases. Thank you very much, guys.